My Fear the Video project for my Story Power project. Today I'm deciding to talk about my storytelling manifesto that I wrote a few years ago, and how it's kind of sort of one of the seeds of this project. Interestingly, I think, forcing myself to do this project is super meta. It's making me realize how uncomfortable I am with my story. It's making me realize that there's a huge amount of power in that. It's making me realize I'm right, because one of the things I strongly believe is that there's power in our stories. We own them, or we should own them. We're the hero of our own stories, and that our voices matter. All of our voices matter. We're telling our stories all the time, no matter what, and we may as well tell them well. Now, this morning I'm tired. I haven't even had my coffee at all. I literally just woke up. And I'm realizing that as I try to frame how I want to tell this story, it's difficult and also important. So, what I've noticed is that either when I teach storytelling or teach language, or when I profile people, when I interview people to write a profile of them, or just simply listen to friends, I notice that there's a pretty broad continuum of people who are really comfortable with their stories and telling them and who they are. Often those people are kind of, well, the famous ones or whatever. They know their story, they know who they are, and they just, there it is. It's in a neat little box handed to you, and you write that. And that has been the kind of almost surreal thing for me. It's like, seriously, you can do that? Anyway, and then on the other side, there's the people who are just absolutely confused as to why you're even writing about them. And I was reminded of this because a friend of mine, Lisa Richardson, who's an absolutely amazing writer in Pemberton, recently wrote that basically in effect in an article in the Whistler Question. And it resonated so much because exactly that's been my experience. And often it's the most interesting people that you're just like, what? You don't see this? You don't see this in yourself? You don't understand, And I think that a seed was planted for me quite a few years ago. My very first interview was written in 1995. And since then, I think I just keep seeing that pattern of people who are really surprised that you even that you're interested. Then when they read about themselves, they're just, oh wow, that's me, and yes, actually, there are a lot of other things that have kind of added to what is becoming this project for me. But I think just understanding that all of us tell our stories every single day, no matter what. And when we do this thoughtfully, considerately, with agency, intentionally, when we own the fact that we're the hero of our story, and then, we step up to that and act like the heroes we are, if that makes sense. That's a bit dramatic, but true, I think. When we can do that, man, and if more people would do that,